Hi guys, welcome back to This African Perspective. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so the videos we're going to be checking out today is actually people actually, kind of having an important conversation about what is actually going on in our society, in the world today, and how people view, living below your means and living above your means when navigating cost of living and economy. The one important topic that I like is actually the amount of ways in which we have normalized poverty, the amount of way we've normalized people actually struggling and thinking that it's supposed to be so, or you should even go more, like you should suffer more in order to save more. Before we get started with this video, I want to give a big shout out to Corey for $2 super thanks and Sean White for $15 super thanks. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys a lot. You guys' pockets will never run out. Make sure you please click the like button. It really helps with the algorithm and I appreciate that so much. Okay, let's get right into it.
Nobody finds it dystopian that people's idea of luxury right now isn't even luxury shit. It's somebody being able to go to the grocery store and get a full cart and call it a grocery haul. And people in the comments like, oh, must be nice. I wish I could afford food like that. And that's the luxury content that's being branded to us. Fucking food and basic necessities and being able to do shit like take a bubble bath or go to the park in the middle of the day. Just basic shit that humans should be able to do is being branded as luxury, and that's crazy.
I promise this is not to be offensive, but have y'all noticed that we have normalized poverty? There was a guy on TikTok talking about how he doesn't like the fact that he's 50 years old and he has to have a roommate because things are so expensive. And the tone deaf comments of people saying things such as, oh, well, you have to live below your means, or, oh, you need to just go ahead and get an RV. Not realizing that the RVs and the tiny homes, the trailers, which were the solutions to the problems, are now also unaffordable. Just a few years ago, tiny homes started to become popular and they were priced at about $30,000-$40,000. Currently, tiny homes start at double that amount right now. All I'm trying to say is there's a bigger problem at hand, and telling people that they need to just completely deprive themselves of basic necessities such as a home. Y'all don't think that's weird? I don't know.
If there's anything I've learned in life, it's that there's always a reason to be unhappy. We get the guy, but we don't get the ring. We get the ring, but then we don't have enough money for the house. We get the house, but then we don't have the renovated kitchen. We get the kitchen, but then our neighbors show us their bigger kitchen, so we move to a bigger house with a bigger kitchen. Now we have the bigger kitchen, but we have less time because we're too busy slaving away at jobs we hate to afford the bigger kitchen, so we take time off from work. But then we worry about keeping the kitchen, so we go back to work and then worry about the promotion that someone else got while we were taking time off from work. And then we get the promotion, but then we have even less time to enjoy our freaking kitchen, and I don't know where this kitchen analogy came from. But all of this is just to say that more is not always more, and if you're looking for a reason to feel like you're not enough or you don't have enough, you will always find it. Never forget that there was a version of you in your past who would have been proud to know you're living the life you have now, even if you don't have as much as some random person on the internet or the woman next door who probably never sees her husband anyways because he's too busy working to pay for the kitchen. I hope you remember that there are just as many, if not more, reasons to be happy if you would only stop looking for joy in everyone else's life other than yours. And most of all, I hope you know that you can't hold on to the gift of the present if you're always chasing what the future could hold.
I hate to be all doomsday on this app, but America is fucked, dude. I was just listening to The Journal, which is a Wall Street Journal podcast, and they had Jamie Dimon, who is the CEO of JP Morgan, which is the largest bank in America, on it. And within 2 minutes, my jaw was dropped at the shit he was saying. It is so fucking out of touch. And this is the largest bank in America. I had to stop and make this TikTok. Here you go.
As the chief exec of America's biggest bank, you have an unrivaled insight into the financial health of the US consumer. What are people doing with their money right now?
Yeah, you have to look a little bit in context. The consumer's in pretty good shape right now. The consumer has, unemployment's under 4%. It's been there for 2 years. They still have excess money from COVID. If you go back to looking at the amount of money that was spent during COVID, it was $6 trillion through various means and various programs. They're still spending it down. Housing prices are up, stock prices are up, jobs are plentiful.
I'm sorry, what? The stimulus checks, the ones that went out in 2020 and 2021, 3 and 4 years ago, we're still spending it down? Who is he talking about? People are not doing well. This country is literally unaffordable. Childcare, groceries. You've got colleagues out here telling us to eat fucking cereal for dinner. Everything is up in price. Even for those who are making ends meet and are able to still save, we have to be conscious as fuck to where you're putting your money because nothing is at a good price. What does he mean the consumer is doing well? Like, these are the biggest decision makers in our financial systems. These are the people who work with Congress and who are talking about how do we create like a soft landing of inflation. And he thinks we're doing okay. Like, guys, this is scary. I mean, it's been fucking scary. Let's be real. No one's surprised.
So majority of us do not really ask for too much in this world. Like, many of us do not ask for luxuries, do not ask to have this lavish lifestyle. We just want to have a comfortable life. A lot of countries in the world are actually dealing with, suffering. People are not really happy. Things have become the price of things have skyrocketed a lot. But still, like, then I see people trying to give advice and be like, hey, if you're struggling, I think just try to reduce what you spend your money on. I think you should try to go and maybe if you already have 2 roommates, they'll tell you try to get 3 roommates, 4 roommates. Just do something that is going to help you manage and live this life. But what I'm thinking is, I feel like I understand, like, we are in a situation where some are like, at the end of the day, nobody's gonna do anything about it, so let's just try to navigate through this. But it is just not normal, okay? I don't feel like a person should be working and then be suffering.
That people can do a job from home, but I don't believe they can have a career from home.
Who says we want a career? I mean, I don't know about you, but for someone who did the high school to college to career pipeline that was force-fed to us basically by the older generation, and now that we're working and we've seen the other side, I can't help but look at the work that I do, the job that I have, as a literal business transaction. I provide a service, and my employer pays me for that service to literally be able to live my life, because life is so damn expensive. And so this whole career narrative, I'm done with it, because it's like, why does everything have to be infinite growth? Why does everything have to be exponentially greater than it was before? Can't we just plateau and be okay with where we're at? Like, just because this company is chasing infinite growth doesn't mean I have to.
No thought drives me as crazy as the fact that humans had the creative freedom to create any reality for life on Earth. And we chose credit scores and having to pay for natural resources. Why am I paying for water? Why are there people being judged on financial debt when America's in debt? Don't even get me started on racism.
So are we just supposed to like pretend that this isn't happening? Am I supposed to just continue working 2 jobs, continue living in the imperial core, continue buying things that are fucking unethical, but I can't help it because I have to participate in capitalism? Like, are we just gonna continue to act like our government is not like lying in our faces, like we're stupid? Like, are we gonna continue? Like, are we gonna? What the fuck is going on? Are you? Am I the only one who is? Are you concerned? I'm concerned. I'm terrified. I've never held a gun. I'd be horrible for war. I'm a mama's boy. I can't see. I think everyone should just hug it out.
I just want to show y'all real life. This is real life. This is legit real life, bro. This is legit real life. This is my refrigerator. This is my refrigerator. I have nothing. I have tried to get food stamps. Georgia is not trying to give out food stamps. When they give them to you, they only give them to you for 1 month. The month that you get approved for. I just got a job because they won't give me food stamps. But my car has now just breaking down. It's still works, but I can't drive it. So I put it in the shop. I don't even have money for that. All of this, I mean, I don't even have things to match. I don't even have things to put together. Eggs been sitting in here for God knows how long. Like, this is America. This is the United States. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You can't win for losing. I don't understand. And how are we supposed to get around? How are we supposed to do anything? They are not helping us with nothing. With nothing. I have bent over backwards looking for help. I don't have a support system. I don't have people to reach out to. It seems to me that everybody is already, and they're going through it themselves. I mean, I honestly don't know what to say. I don't know what to do anymore. My phone is off. The only reason why I'm even talking to y'all right now is because by the grace of God, I still have Wi-Fi at home. That's it. That's it. I've been trying. I've been out here trying. Staying up all hours of the night. Filling out applications for work from home jobs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just constant debacles. Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. It's enough to drive a madman insane. You hear me? I wouldn't need a car if we didn't have to go out and work. Go away to work. To commute to work. Gas is too high for you to even do too much at once. Light bills. I'm scared for that to come out on the 10th of next month. Because I still have not yet found employment. I still have not yet to get food stamps. I can't even drive to go anywhere I need to go because I don't have the money for Uber. And my car is in the shop. Don't know how I'm going to pay to get that out. So what are they going to do? Just keep my car? Keep my car? I mean, makes sense. This shit is driving me madman. Madman. You hear me? I would light a match and burn this down. Because I don't know what to do. Thank God I still got a home. Thank God I still got a roof over my head. But to be honest with you, what point is there? I can't even survive. I should be able to walk out here and pick some fruit off of the daggone tree and come up in here and eat.
You are the person that doesn't work and the person that work. Honestly, there's really not much difference. For someone, maybe somebody who's homeless is just chill. The person doesn't even have to think about bills. And then you are working, but you're just like maybe at the verge of being homeless, or maybe one paycheck away from being homeless if you don't have anything, or you are just literally struggling, right? Like your finances are not enough to cover all the fun and the bills that you have and all the things that you need to buy for yourself. And there are not even luxury stuff. There are not a lot of things that you need to buy. So I feel like it's not just fair. Why are people not being paid enough? When you actually sit down calmly and think about life, really deeply, you'll be like, what are we even trying to do? At the end of the day, all we're chasing is vanity upon vanity. It's like, what is the end goal? That kind of thing. I don't know how we as humans just decide to accept or live as we are living, or kind of create life in this pattern in which we are living in. And apparently a lot of people are unhappy with it. Like, a lot of people do wish that life was going in another different way, but it's like, can you even change it? Because it just seems like the system just keeps going as it is.
Yeah, that's what I try to get forward to people with what the goal is of the left movement in the United States, is that I, for example, am not rich, but I am very comfortable. And I mean, I remember when it happened. I remember the time when I realized that, I didn't bother worrying about when payday was. I had all my bills on auto pay, and I never bothered to check them because I knew the money was there for it. And if I wanted to make any purchase that wasn't, $1,500 or more or something like that, I didn't even bother checking my bank account because I knew the money was there. Everything was essentially free. And that load off your mind, that peace of mind, that ease. I mean, people say money can't buy happiness. And of course, that to an extent, like, I think it's like once you make like 70 grand, I remember seeing this years ago, this might be more than that now, but there's a study that showed that once you reach that, money has diminishing returns and how much happiness it provides you. But having an amount of money that you can cover your basic needs and not worried about it is a ton of happiness. And there's no reason that I should have this life and everyone shouldn't have this life, because it's not about me. I mean, Yes, I've worked hard, but so have a lot of other people. Yes, I studied, went to school, so did a lot of other people. You could say I'm intelligent. A lot of other people are too. People who are smarter than me, did better in school than me, work harder than me. I know people like that exist. I've met them, and they're not doing as well as I am. And it's not because I've discovered some secret. It's just because the deck of cards I was dealt in life was better than theirs. It's through no fault of my own. It's a lot. Like, as much as I put into it, is equaled out by just dumb luck beyond my control. The family I was raised in, the people I knew, the community I was around, the connections that I had, that's not because of, just me. And that's what I want people to realize, is that the unfortunate thing that happens is that people who start out poor and make it in life, they see it and they say, well, if I could do it, then anyone can do it. Instead of seeing like, oh, wow, I was 1 out of 100 who made it. That's a bad system that only produces 1 out of 100 successes. And they make it about how great they are and how smart and clever they are, instead of seeing that the system itself creates this environment where only a small portion of people make it to riches. I mean, comfort to a lower extent. But yeah, that's the goal. We're not trying to make everyone rich. I mean, obviously, if everyone was rich, then nobody's rich. That's not the point. It's like, we just want people to be comfortable, have decent lives where they're not worried constantly 24/7 as people who work hard, bust their ass, and are still poor. And it happens every day in this country. It's a travesty.
Minimum wage, and I cannot afford to live.
I can break it down perfectly for you. So I'm one of the many Americans struggling with homelessness. I live in a vehicle that was made in 1996. I live on the side of the road, and I live in parking lots from time to time. When I can, I stay at campgrounds. But this was obviously not my first choice of living. At the time I became homeless, I was 22. My grandma had just passed away. I had applied to 6 different apartments, and I got denied at every place because I didn't have renter's history or credit yet. Because like I said, at the time I was 22, I never rented before, and I never built credit. So after being denied multiple times, I did have to stay in motels, and my money was going fast on nights at motels. Plus, the motels weren't super clean or safe, and I have 2 cats. Well, I have 3 cats, but at the time when I first became homeless, I did have 2 cats. Now, the answer that you want, I have. You're wondering why they are doing this, and you're wondering why we are not fighting back. Slavery never stopped, it just evolved. The government requires you to be a slave to them in order to rent an apartment. You could have money. You could have, for example, $10,000 cash, but you still will not be able to get a place to live unless you have proof that you have been a slave to the system, pay stubs, bank statements, proof that you work a certain amount of hours. If you are not making money for the government, then they don't want you. They don't want to help you, and they see you as a burden. The system is set up for rich families. If I had a cosigner, I would be able to get a place to live, but I had no family or friends to cosign for me, so I've just been navigating this kind of by myself, and I spent my life savings on this vehicle so that I didn't have to sleep in my car or outside in the park. But the government doesn't believe you guys will fight back, and they're trying to make you so tired that you won't fight back, or you will become so rageful and you won't think straight, so you'll get yourself in legal trouble, and then once you get locked away, you can legally be used as a slave. It says it in our amendments. When you get arrested, you can be used as a slave, like legally. It says it in our amendments in very little font. So at the end of the day, it's all about the elites using the middle class and the poor as their workhorses. I always try to tell people you will never get rich working a 9-to-5 job because the rich never got rich that way. The rich are telling you guys, go work a 9-to-5 job and you will be like us. But they really got their money from generational wealth, slavery, funding wars. The reason inflation happened and you guys need to be making more money for your rent and for your gas is because they're giving money to the wars, because the rich elites of our country make money by funding wars, by trading missiles and trading weapons and stuff. So that's why they need you guys to work extra hard for them right now, because you guys are helping funding the war. Meanwhile, many of you are getting angry, rageful, getting yourself in legal trouble because you're tired, you're exhausted. You're needing to depend more on healthcare because you're sick now and you're getting overworked. No humans should be working this much. Never in history have we before. The funniest thing is, right now I'm homeless living on the side of the road, but I'm making more money than my grandma was, or my grandparents, my mother, like back in the day. Their rent was like $300. But they're going to tell us that they worked just as hard as us and that we're the bums and we're lazy because they're not going to own up to the mess that they made. And they don't care anyways because they're not going to be on earth for much longer. So we're going to be the ones to deal with it, and then our children. But you guys just have to realize it's about slavery. It's about power and control. It's about feeding the elites, feeding the rich. They don't care what happens to you. They see you as ants. If you pass away, they will replace you with a new employee. They really don't care. You're just money. You make money for them, and they even say money doesn't exist. It's just meant to control you because they know money doesn't exist. They trade numbers. They do not trade money. Money is paper. It's a made-up thing to control the middle class and the poor so that you guys stay in your lane. So you can keep getting angry like this, but that's not going to do anything. You have to become brave. Stop depending on the government. They control you with fear because they think that you need them. They took away our human instincts, so you don't think you can hunt for food or make your own house, but you think you can make money to pay somebody to do it for you. And that's where they have you, because you don't know how to be self-sustainable anymore and you need to rely and depend on them. When at the end of the day, we have trees we can go cut down and build our houses. We know how to build a fire. I grew up in a town where hunting is a thing every season. We hunt for deer and turkeys. But they have you fooled thinking that giving away $2,000 every 30 days is winning. When at the end of the day, not paying rent is winning, dude. I don't pay rent. Literally, I've never paid rent in my entire life. I tried, but they didn't want me to because I didn't qualify. So now I've been learning how to live in different ways without the government, and they hate me for that. But in these next couple of years, you're going to see van life, RVs, trailers all over the place because some people want to be free for the little time that we have on earth. We don't want to be working our young lives away for corporations that don't care about us. At the end of the day, people need to stop paying rent and fueling the rich and the elites, but that's not going to happen. So, get it how you live it while you're on earth. Try to enjoy your time while you're here and just try to wake up to the fact that money and material items really aren't all that.
A lot of people are just enduring this, and I see many people asking these questions. They're like, when are you guys going to say enough? Because apparently they are not getting tired of actually doing a lot. At the end of the day, a lot of people really lack unity in this world. I don't care where you are, there's a huge lack of unity, and the more you have this lack of unity among yourselves, definitely things are going to be absolutely impossible for things to be accomplished. And if you notice, the people who are making your life difficult are very unified. Okay, they have a lot of unity and big understanding among themselves. That is why they overcome. I have never seen a situation where people actually come together and stand and say, you know what, we're going to get something done, and they come with a common belief, and there's never a time where they are unable to achieve what they want. But of course, they wouldn't want you to actually come together. So of course, there's going to be a lot of things that's thrown at you to see a division. There's going to be a lot of reasons that is thrown at you for you to see that, oh, I don't like this other person. Anyways, I know a lot of you guys, some of you might feel like, oh my god, all those videos are depressing, or I can't here I am with another depressing content. But you have what they think about it. Some people might think it's depressing, while some might be like, oh, this is actually relatable as to what I'm going through daily. I just feel like it's just a way to vent what we might actually most likely be thinking already. So sometimes you just gotta vent. It's therapeutic. Okay, all right guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're watching me for the very first time, and also leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would really love to see what you think about this video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.